why are you here, Perla?
Why I'm here?
To meet me?
Yes,
That's it.
of course. I'm looking a family and
Yes.
one guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a guy.
Good.
Yeah.
And I want to marry. Yes.
Right now?
Today. Okay. And I want two babies. One
Two
more,
babies?
please. Yes.
Oh, see.
Hello guys, welcome back to Monday Night Webcast. It's good to see you. Well, I missed you. Hopefully you missed me as well. Feels good to be back in Arizona again. And tonight I'm here to answer any of your questions about international dating in marriage. We do have a poll question for you tonight, which is, are you only open to dating foreign women, or are you considering domestic dating? So send in your answers. Let's talk about that. And just to let you know, guys, we have a wonderful surprise for you later on. We're gonna be joined by a beautiful lady from Costa Rica and our Costa Rica office manager, Gustavo. So they're gonna be joining us in about half an hour, 25 minutes. So guys, stay tuned. If you have any questions about Costa Rica dating, Gustavo can answer any questions about that for you, of course. And I'll introduce the lady when she comes on. I'll give you the profile number and prepare your questions for her. So it's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful evening. In the meantime, let's talk about all the great upcoming news we have, which are our seminars. We have a seminar coming up in the end of this month in San Jose, California. You can see the seminar schedule on the website, so just click seminar schedule. It will show you the location. For example, San Jose will be at Spring Hill Suites near the airport, should be convenient. The next seminar is gonna be in Las Vegas, so great reason to visit Las Vegas. July 12th, and of course, hometown seminar, Phoenix, here in the office. So if you live in Phoenix, or even if you live far, come over. It would be great to meet you. I'm pretty sure the whole crew is gonna be here. As far as San Jose and Vegas, most likely John and Tanya gonna be doing those. But as far as Phoenix, yeah, you'll meet the whole crew. So welcome here, and it would be great to see you in person. And of course, we have a bunch of upcoming tours. You know, it's only middle of the year. There is still a lot of tours left. So we have Costa Rica tour, July 3rd. So hopefully after talking to this beautiful lady tonight, you'll be highly motivated on going to that tour. Davao, following week, July 10th, a great destination in the Philippines. And Barranquilla, Colombia, July 10th as well. So starting the same day. So you can choose between Asia or Latin America. See where your heart belongs to. We do have the tour to Ukraine, Odessa, Kiev tour for the end of July 24th, but it's already sold out. That's why I also recommend to make reservations for especially Ukrainian tour way in advance, because we always have a long wait list of guys, because pretty much all tours get sold out. Because we have only one tour. After that, we have only one tour left for the year. That's going to be November Kiev tour. You can see it on the website. And I'm going to be your tour leader. So if you don't have any exciting plans for Thanksgiving, you're more than welcome to come to Kiev, meet beautiful ladies, and of course participate in famous AFA Thanksgiving dinner. So let's see if we have any questions or answers so far. See where we're at. Michael, hello, welcome back. Well, thank you, Michael. Again, feels good to be back. Terrence, welcome back, Anna. Always great to see you. I missed you guys. Ethan, I'm only dating foreign women for now. A second. Wait, I lost you. Where's Ethan? Okay, I'm only dating foreign women for now, but I'm not close to exploring something domestically if this doesn't pan out. Yeah, so I would suggest don't put all your eggs in the same basket. You never know. You can meet a wonderful lady when you just go to the local grocery store. She can be next aisle. It can be the love of your life. You know, I hear that a lot. That guys planning their future so far in advance. I get those phone calls and saying, "Yeah, I'm planning to go on a tour in 2 years," and always like my mind's wondering like, how do you know you're gonna be single for those 2 years? Yes, you're planning so careful for this tour, but you can meet someone at work, you can meet someone at the park, at the grocery store, at the bar, at the friend's birthday party. You never know. So if you meet someone great, well then that is what it is. And there's plenty of nice ladies, here in the States or whatever country you live. Adon, welcome Anna. You had a good breakaway. Yes, it's been a while. Yes, traveled to Russia and some other places. Russia's entertaining nowadays. So yeah, if anybody ever needs tips on how to travel in and out of Russia, although I might not advise to travel in, but if you travel out of Russia, I'm gonna be your guide. Passport King, poll question. Foreign women on average are better to interact with the modern women in the USA. It just seemed like foreign women have more of the qualities I'm looking for. Yes, I mean, overall, if we generalize in people, I would say ladies overseas and a lot of countries that we go to still has a lot of traditional values that guys are attracted to. So yeah, that's why you guys come into us, so we can help you find that special person. Cody, I don't know if you heard Anna, but my wife Olga is pregnant with the girl due the end of the year or New Year's. Oh my God, that would be a wonderful Christmas or New Year's gift. What can be better? Congratulations, Cody. It's your second child. That's fantastic. Did you pick a name yet? Actually, what's your first child name? I totally forgot. I know you mentioned it, but I have a memory of a goldfish, sadly. All right, let's see if we have any other questions. McKissick question: how far off are Argentina or Brazil? Well, we do have an office in Argentina. We opened it recently, so it's still work in progress. We're still establishing it. We do have staff there. We haven't had guys traveling there yet, but we're getting there. So maybe you'll be our first guinea pig that travel there. We're gathering profiles because before we can do a tour, we need a lot of profiles in the area. So we're just building a database at the moment. But if you decided to travel earlier, then I will be happy to help. In Brazil, we do not have at the moment don't have any plans of expanding. But again, we'll see how it goes. But not this year, probably not next. We still need to focus on Argentina. And also, speaking of flats in America, we're gonna have some adjustment of. John mentioned it on previous webcast or not. So we're gonna be opening our own office in Mexico City. Right now we're working with our affiliate partner over there, but we decided to make some changes. So we're gonna be opening our own office. So it's gonna be very, very exciting. And but it's gonna be probably 6 months to a year before we really, get it up and running. So. Mexico is gonna be a little quiet for now, so if you're planning on meeting some ladies in Mexico that you've been writing to, I would recommend to jump on it now because that we're kind of slowing down the operations there for now. So it might be a good time to go as soon as possible, or you can maybe exchange contact information with those ladies, or just wait until we open our office and we'll be welcoming you there. That will be fantastic. Mm-hmm. And again, guys, just to remind you, in about 20 minutes, we're gonna have our Costa Rica office and the wonderful lady from Costa Rica. Well, I guess I can just give you a little preview of the profile of the lady that we're gonna be talking to. Her name is Maddie, and her profile number is 204734. 204734. So you can go to our website, look her profile up, and prepare your questions. I'm sure a lot of you will be excited talking to such a lovely girl. And all right, more questions. So I'm making sure I didn't miss anything. Jeremy, John has the gift of talking during seminars and keeps you engaged, and you won't want to leave. Yeah, John is known for his talking. And seminars usually it's meant to last about 3.5 hours or so. John always turns in 5-6 hours because, he has a lot of information, a lot of knowledge to share. He's been doing it for over 30 years. So of course, where else you'll find the person who knows literally everything about international dating. So yes, and of course after a seminar, we have guys asking their questions. That's why they're coming in to ask the questions. They just want to ask in person. It's one thing when you're talking on the phone to a person, but when you're there in the room talking to us, talking to other guys that's been on the tours or traveled to the destinations before, asking their experience, maybe seeing some couples that sometimes come to the seminar, it will just give you a little bit different perspective on things and maybe save you from making some mistakes that you could have made, give you good tips, help you plan your trip, and making sure you do it all right. Okay. I missed one from Cody. Welcome back, Anna. Good to see you again. Thought you might have won the lottery. Well, that would be nice to win the lottery, but I still would be here, so that would not change anything for me. Paul answer from Ben. I'm still dating locally here and there. That is wonderful. So come on, guys. Do you have any more answers, or are you just focusing on dating foreign women alone? And what are your reasons? So a little bit more explanation. Yeah, I think that's it for the moment. As far as and Don is asking, it would be good to get John and Tanya together on the webcast. Yeah, I keep telling John, Tanya should come over, but they both are so busy, and it's hard for Tanya also to find time to come seminar because it's always at the specific time and they have a lot going on. But I'm sure one day. But again, the best way to see John and Tanya together is just at the seminar. So you come to Phoenix, Vegas, or San Jose, and we're gonna have more seminars posted probably for this fall. I mean, I'm not sure we have anything scheduled for August, but I definitely know there are more seminars coming this fall. We'll be talking about it. I don't know which cities yet. I didn't see the list, but probably gonna do at least 4 or 5 seminars before the end of the year. And seminars always, again, great tool, as I mentioned. All right. Well, I have a question from Albert, but I'll have Gustavo answer it as well, but I'll try to answer it myself for now. We'll preview. Question: do you know the age range of Costa Rican women at socials? Well, a lot depends on specific group of guys we're having, because each tour participant submit his list of ladies that he'd like to invite. Usually we take about 10-15 profiles from each guy. And of course, for example, younger crowd, we have younger ladies will be on the list and vice versa. Or if it's a mixed group, so then it will vary anywhere from, 20 to 50 in general. But in most of the socials that we have in to other places, most of the ladies in their late 20s, early 30s. I would say it's a majority, but there is also a lot of ladies in their mid-late 30s, probably 10-15% of ladies in their 40s. Not so many ladies in their 50s. They usually prefer one-on-one introduction. There are some at the socials, of course, but not us. For them, it's, sometimes they feel a little uncomfortable because, again, they see the younger crowd. So, if somebody wants to see me, I'll be happy to go out with this guy. Just ask me out in an individual meeting. And again, it's pretty much general for all destinations, not only Costa Rica. But we'll ask Gustavo, and we'll see what he has to say on that. Armstrong, do we have to stay for the whole seminar? Well, no. Of course, we're gonna, tie you down to a chair. We'll not let you leave the room. So of course, you can come at any time and leave at any time if you have something else going on that Saturday or Sunday. I understand life is busy. Of course, you can get up and leave, and you can pop in for like half an hour and see if it's something you're going to be interested in. It's a room is open. You walk in, walk out. If you need to go catch some air, or, get a drink or something, get a drink at the bar or hotel. Do that. Come back. So yeah, do it at your own pace. So there is no pressure. It's a friendly environment. Pat, at what age do you think most Slavic women when they become very serious about marriage? My local experience suggests 35. What have you seen women you helped? when Slavic women in Eastern Europe in general, women tend to start thinking about marriage in their 20s because there was a lot of family pressure. Because older generations, it was very common getting married young, in their, again, early 20s. And of course, now mothers, grandmothers saying like, well, you're 25, 27, like, well, what's wrong with you? Why you're not in a serious relationship? Why you're not married now? When you're gonna have a child when you're 30? There's every family gathering. It's like, when you're gonna get married? When you get married? And it's very similar in China too. There is a lot of family pressure. Like in China, they actually hiring boyfriends just to show up for family gathering. There's like actual job, boyfriend for an hour, so you bring him to a family gathering. He's treating you nice, giving you flowers, talking all nice about you in front of family. So they leave you alone until the next New Year's or whatever it is. So you're free. So they don't do it in Eastern Europe yet, but there is a lot of pressure. So a lot of women start thinking about, I would say again, 25, they start thinking about it. They might not be themselves, maybe inside they might not be ready, but at least they feel pressure from society. DC Cat, you do a nice job, Anna. Well, thank you so much. It's good to hear. Again, haven't done it for 2 months, been away, so almost forgot how it feels. So it's a great feeling to be back. Right. And let's also talking. Okay, one question. Sorry. Passport King, mid-20s to early 30s, perfect age range. Well, again, that's depending on the country, depending on your age. So that's when it comes to dating, there is no general answers. It's really very individual. Gilbert, are these women just pretending to be traditional to attract Western men? How do you pretend to be traditional, and what's the point to attract Western men? Ladies have a nice life, at least for the most of it in their countries. It's not, you guys think like they're sitting there desperate, hoping for some, Prince Charming with a blue passport show up at their doorstep and save them. No, it doesn't work like that. Yes, they do want to find a good, reliable husband to create a good family, have kids and all that, but they're not looking forward to quit their jobs, leave their family behind, and not seeing their friends for years at a time, just to move a foreign country with no love, no support, some stranger. And you hear those horror stories about green card scams, people marrying for green card, but it takes a really, really long time to get the green card and citizenship. Just think about, when you meet a lady, and you start dating, you get engaged. Then you file for a fiancé visa. So fiancé visa nowadays takes about a year plus minus. So you're already dating for a year before her visa is approved and she can come here. So imagine if she's faking all her beliefs, her core values. She's a good actress. But then she comes here and she needs to, and you file for green card. So you're waiting another year for that green card. So it's 2 years she's, let's say, faking it. But it's also a conditional green card, and she can keep, she can keep it only if she's still married to you. So 3.5 years later, yes, she can file for citizenship based on a marriage. Again, if marriage is still in a good place. So basically, by the time it's said and done, by the time she gets it, so she needs to fake everything for 5 years. Well, she deserves a really good Oscar and all nominations if she can fake it. So no, that doesn't work like that. I would suggest to date for a little longer, of course, to get to know each other really well, because to make sure that you're right for each other. When people just meet, they fall in love instantly, and they don't ask important questions. They don't ask, well, how do you see your life in the future? What do you want to do? Do you want to work? Do you want to be at home mom? Do you want to have a career? Do you want to go to college? Also, what's your expectations of me? What do you want, how do you see my role in the family? So those things need to be discussed while you're dating, because a lot of people don't talk about it. They think as soon as the lady arrives in America, everything magically gonna come into place. It's gonna be wonderful, and she probably thinks the same. But then in reality, she comes here, and people find out that they're not compatible. They want totally different things. One has, for example, high energy level, other one has a low energy level. I don't know, he likes to watch Wheel of Fortune at night, and she likes to hang out with her friends at a nightclub. It just, doesn't go anywhere after a while. So it's important to discuss everything. Alistair asks, you said guys get to invite 12 to 15 ladies. Yeah, it's on average. I mean, well, you can submit more if you'd like, but on average we ask for about 15 profiles for the socials. It might depend on the tour, like for Ukrainian you can send more, but average Latin American or Asian tour it's about 15 profiles. Rich, what happens if you hear one of the women in this video is a scammer? Well, every time when if we hear a complaint that the lady is a scammer, we investigate on it, because we don't always just take guys' word for it, because we need to look into it. We're talking about dating, and people get upset. A guy comes and the woman didn't fall in love with him. Maybe yes, they had a nice correspondence, and they both had built up image of each other, and they met, and it just didn't click, and it just was not what they expected to be. It happens so many times, and the guy gets upset and says, "Oh, she just used me, and she was not serious." Well, she was serious. It just didn't work out. But if there is a real thing, of course, there was like actual scam, with money when she was asking for gifts, and I'm not talking about flowers or miscellaneous little perfume here and there, but if it's a large amount, or taking you to sometimes the restaurant that tend to overcharge foreigners. So if there's something shady going on, of course, call us, file a complaint, we'll investigate. If you have any receipts left, especially any proof, that screenshots of the messages, receipts, so anything to prove your point. So when we call a woman and address, and because in the beginning it's your word against hers, so we'll talk to both of you and see where it goes from there. But if the case is proven and the woman definitely a scammer, we'd absolutely remove her on the website. We'll make a note on her profile, so if she ever tries to come back on, we'll never let her back on the website, so she can go register with somebody else. Joe, socials are set up for average to extroverted types in mind, but what if one is introverted? I'm guessing it's something they'd have to just deal with that. Well, I would not say that socials set for extroverted types of guys. Actually, a majority of guys we get are introverts, because, well, it is what it is actually. But the good thing about socials, you're gonna have a staff member or interpreter assigned to you. So if you're not comfortable talking to ladies, that's fine. She will do the work for you. You just tell her whom you want to meet, the age range of the ladies, kids, no kids, English level, etc., etc. And she'll be there. She will work the room for you. So you'll sit at the table. She'll help you to introduce the lady. If you need to break the ice, she can do it for you. Of course, it would be nice if you actually will be participating in conversation too. If lady is asking questions, it will be kind of strange if your interpreter is answering for you and you're not even saying yes or no. So you need to be a little bit engaged in the conversation. So put a little effort. If you're nervous, have a little drink before you come to the social. Don't go crazy, and not like 5 whiskey. So when you come and you smell like alcohol, but just a little shot of something, or a beer or two. So just for you to feel a little bit more relaxed and go for it. So our staff is great. They've been doing it for years. They know what they're doing. They will help you, to break that ice. And in, again, every country, it's a little bit different way how we do it. Like, for example, in Eastern Europe and Ukraine, it's mingling. So people don't really sit at tables. You just walk walk for any directions you want. You can talk to girl at the bar. You can talk to girl, at the entrance. So you don't obligated to go from table to table. You just talk to ladies in random order. In other places like Latin America, it's more structured, like you can see in the video, for example. So there are 6, 7, 8 girls sitting on a table. If there are 2 available chairs for you and your interpreter. You come and sit down those 2 available chairs, talk to everyone. And ladies are nice and friendly too. They're there to meet you, to get to know you. So they're going to be asking a lot of questions. So you don't have to lead the conversations. They will be asking you. Imagine there's 7 ladies they want to talk to you at the table. So just as long as you answer questions, you're going to be fine. Just no yes and no, and those simple answers. All right, more questions. I'll try to answer them before we have Gustavo on. Dina, why do some women overseas seem frugal about everything except makeup? Well, every country women take a pride in how they look like, and beauty industry is, it's a big deal for women. We invest a lot in our appearance. Also, makeup is only part of it. I mean, there's a gym, beauty salons. There's a lot of other things that comes into it. So, and because staying beautiful is expensive, you only should see those bills. It's crazy. So you don't have much money left for anything else. So that's why you have to be frugal, to save money for to stay beautiful. All right, a couple more questions. Passport King, the current presidential administration has immensely toughened background checks for K1 visa and green card. There is no gaming system now by a citizen nor for foreign women. Well, there's no gaming system. The immigration process hasn't changed. The law hasn't changed itself. It's still the same procedure. So as far as toughened background checks, I'm not sure how much, what can they do differently. But let's see, other than requesting people keep their Facebook page open, that's the only changes I've seen that they made so far. So people are not supposed to have closed the social media accounts, only open. But other than that, I haven't seen much of a change. But again, they're not doing it for to eliminate gaming systems. They're doing it for security purposes. But yeah, and I haven't seen much of a changes so far. We'll see. There are only so many people filed for K1 visa in the last few months, so haven't seen any results. And again, fiancé visa takes about a year on average. Might take longer now. I can see that, so it can delay a lot of process for other guys. But again, ask me in a year. I'll tell you what changed. I do have a question from Carlita about Costa Rican women, but we will ask that question Gustavo as soon as we have him on. All right, guys, again, let's go to Costa Rica right now. Let's meet Gustavo and Mari. Just 1 second. All right, I can't, if I only could hear.
Entonces, y pollo y carne sí, mejor. En lugar de pescado, nada de pez esta vez.
Gustavo?
Correcto.
Hello,
Hello, Gustavo. How you doing?
Good, Ana. I would like you to meet Made or May.
No.
Made or May. ¿Cómo te llamo?
Sí. May.
No.
¿Con qué es más fácil? Madeline o May.
Made or May.
Como les quede más sencillo.
Whichever is easier for you.
Well, whatever you prefer, of course. So guys would know how to say your name right. So it's all that matters. All right, it's great to meet you both on the website. So let's start with you, Gustavo, very quickly, because I have one quick question for you, because guys already sent in their questions. So let me ask you first questions I sent about Costa Rican ladies. Carlita is asking, how do Costa Rican women view casual dating versus long-term commitment? Do you have any comments on that?
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get that quite well.
Sure.
Could you please repeat the question?
Sure. How do Costa Rican women view casual dating versus long-term commitment? So is casual dating common in Costa Rica, or what's?
Well, about that, of course, before having a long-term commitment, ladies are willing to meet a guy and have a couple of dates before getting into that point, because the whole point of all of this is just to get to know someone each other better and see if both persons are compatible.
Sounds good. And actually, following the question, I guess, what's the average dating time for guys, for girls, guys, before they get engaged in Costa Rica? What's common for the culture?
Depends, there are some ladies they just prefer to wait a few more months, say 6 months to a year, something like that. Before getting to that point. So I think it's pretty much like the normal period of time. However, there have been some other cases where it has been getting the period of time it have been shorter. So depends on every single situation.
All right, thank you, Gustavo. Well, and another following question. I guess we'll ask you a few questions, and then we're gonna switch to Mari. But Eddie is asking: are Costa Rican women as traditional as they seem, or does it change once you're in a relationship? So, how traditional Costa Rican women are?
Okay. Let's see. May, let me ask you this. Déjame te hago la pregunta que un caballero está haciendo. Que si las mujeres como cuando están en un compromiso, pues digamos que son tradicionales y después que se casan como que si cambian. ¿Tú qué piensas de eso?
Bueno, yo pienso que mucho depende de la mujer y también depende del hombre, ya que muchos caballeros también a la hora de la conquista, pues es una cosa, pero cuando ya están casados, también cambian un poquito. Entonces yo creo que sería un asunto de conversar.
Well, you know, this is something like, it is like 50 and 50, you know, because sometimes women tend to change at some point, and also the guy does. So it's just a matter of having a conversation about that.
All right. All right. Actually, since we're started talking to May, May, let's introduce you to guys. Thank you for coming tonight to our webcast. It's such a pleasure to meet you. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Bien, vale, te hemos presentado ante los caballeros que están en el show ahorita, viéndote, y pues, ¿qué te gustaría compartir con ellos, decirles acerca de ti?
No, para mí es un honor representar un poco a la gente que en Costa Rica, ya he estado bastante tiempo por acá, me he sentido muy escasa, me he sentido muy a gusto en las reuniones, pudiendo conocer, también expresando un poquito el deseo de nosotras las chicas hacia la búsqueda de pareja dentro de la gente. Entonces estoy aquí para contestar preguntas y que conozcan un poquito acerca de la calidad de las latinas costarricenses.
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here, and I have attended several of the social events that the agency does here in Costa Rica, so I feel home, welcome, and I really enjoy those meetings. It's pretty much to show all men in this live webcast how women from Costa Rica are. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask, and so that you can get to know a little bit more about Costa Rican culture.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I get so many comments from guys how beautiful you are. So I'm just a lot of guys saying that. So you're very, very beautiful.
Hay muchos hombres que están diciendo lindos comentarios acerca de ti, que eres muy hermosa.
Ay, muchas gracias. Se hace lo que se puede con lo que se tiene.
¿Perdón? ¿Qué dijiste?
Se hace lo que se puede con lo que se tiene.
Okay, gracias. Thank you so much for that. Well, I just do what I can with I have, you know.
All right, more questions for you. Ian asking, has May ever dated an American?
May, te preguntan si alguna vez has salido con un caballero de Norteamérica, de Estados Unidos.
Sí, de hecho sí he salido fuera de la agencia y dentro de la agencia también. Se puede notar incluso una leve diferencia de lo que es conocer un caballero dentro de la agencia a otro fuera. Digamos, acá en Costa Rica, al ser un país bastante distinguido, viene mucho norteamericano, después de que incluso se pensionan o tal vez no les gusta mucho venir a vivir acá. Si tienen trabajos remotos y demás, se les gusta venir a vivir acá, ¿verdad? Es un lugar bueno. Entonces eso me ha dado la oportunidad de conocer previamente extranjeros y también por medio de la gente.
Yes, of course. I have dated men from the U.S., from the agency, and also outside the agency. Is quite common here in this culture because there's a lot of people from everywhere, you know. So it has been a very nice experience, the opportunity to date guys from other countries. So it's been good.
Good, good. Vince is asking, will May be at the social?
Te está preguntando un caballero que si tú vas a estar en el evento social.
Claro que por supuesto que sí.
Yes, of course, I will be there.
Oh, great. Actually, Gustavo, a little question for you. Do you want to tell guys a little bit more upcoming socials in July? Because we have a tour soon.
Yes, of course. Okay, guys, our social event in Costa Rica is getting closer. Actually, it's going to be early July. To be exact, it will be July 4th and July 5th. And this is a great opportunity for you to come here and check it out and meet beautiful and sincere Costa Rica women. Yeah. So this is something that we have been doing for years. And every single social event we have at the end is going to be really successful because there are a couple of guys and ladies that they got like seriously engaged at some point. And the whole idea is over the next few days to start building something nice and lasting. So about Costa Rican women, let me tell you this important fact. They come to us because they are very interested in finding a very nice and sincere man. So once they find that guy that they like, they feel comfortable with, they would really prefer that the guy comes here to live in Costa Rica. For some guys, that might be possible. For some others, it's not possible. But as long as they find the right person that they have been looking for, they are willing to be relocated. Although from time to time they will need to come back to Costa Rica in order to spend some time with their family members. So I think that is something quite understandable. It's negotiable, you know. So there are quite a lot of nice and sincere women that we have in our website, and just they haven't found the right guy yet. But they are really willing to find it. They are committed to that. Nice, sincere, loving. What else? Everything, just no more than good things about women from Costa Rica or Ticas women.
All right, thank you, Gustavo. So, guys, don't forget we have a tour coming up on July 3rd. So, looking forward to seeing you in Costa Rica. All right, more questions from May. Let's get back to May. Dan is asking, does May want to relocate or remain in Costa Rica?
May, te están haciendo una pregunta, que si tú estarías dispuesta a mudarte o preferirías seguir viviendo en Costa Rica.
Bueno, si me preguntan por preferencias, por supuesto preferiría quedarme acá en mi país, ya que aquí tengo pues a toda mi familia. Más sin embargo, si hay una posibilidad de que yo tenga que salir del país y vivir en algún otro lugar, no veo mayor problema.
¿No qué, perdón?
No veo mayor problema.
Okay, muy bien, gracias. Well, you know, in regards to that question, if I had the opportunity to continue living in Costa Rica, of course, I will stay here because I have all my family members. However, if that is not possible, I am willing to be relocated. That should not be any issue for me, not at all.
Thank you. All right, more questions. Luke is asking, actually question I guess for both of you. So if you both want to answer, is flirting part of the culture or should a man take it seriously when Costa Rica woman shows interest? So is a flirting big deal in Costa Rica?
Okay. Let me see. Could you please say that again?
Sure. Is flirting part of the culture or should a man take it seriously when the Costa Rica woman shows interest?
Ok, thank you. Como que sí es parte de la cultura el hecho de que pues la mujer costarricense como tal, como cuando está en una relación, que sí lo toma en serio.
Yo diría que como en cualquier parte del mundo depende de la mujer, ¿verdad? Porque no todas tienen los mismos valores que otras. Hay mujeres que prefieren una vida un poco más liberal, sin compromisos, sin ataduras. Hay otros que somos un poquito más a la antigua, que buscamos una relación un poco más seria, y es implicar el tema de familia, estar en una monogamia y demás, pero eso no creo que podríamos encerrar a todas las mujeres en un solo tema, porque todos los hombres y mujeres pues tienen mentalidades diferentes y metas diferentes en cuanto a pareja.
Well, in regards to that particular question, it will pretty much depend on each single individual because not everybody think the same, you know. So there are women who are really committed into a serious relationship, and there are some others who are not really into that, are like more liberal, you know. It depends on every single situation and that what every single individual have in his own mind,
All
just
right.
like that.
And Gustavo, do you have any comments on that? Anything you would like to add?
Well, about that, I would say that we cannot generalize. You know, every single person is quite different from others. You know, so despite the fact you have had some experience with some women, it doesn't mean that or women tend to be like that. You know, women are the way they are everywhere. So men the exact same thing. So something like that.
All right. Frank is asking me, does May actually want? What does May actually want in a foreign boyfriend? So what is she looking for in a man?
May, una pregunta para vos. ¿Qué es lo que tú realmente estás buscando en un hombre del extranjero?
Bueno, ya yo llevo bastante tiempo soltero. Yo creo que, y además tengo una edad suficiente para saber exactamente qué quiero y qué no quiero en esta vida. Y creo que tengo muchísima experiencia como para saber que por lo menos hombres latinos de mi país es algo que ya no quisiera. Me gusta más el trato de un extranjero, siento que a la hora de poder convivir con ellos o compartir con una cultura diferente, que es una relación un poco más interesante.
Well, you know, at this stage of my life, I have been alone for quite long already. So I know exactly what I want in my life. One thing for sure is that I am not willing to date any more Latin American men. No way. I feel more interested about foreign men because uh, it's something that I feel more comfortable with, you know, to learn about another culture. So that's pretty much my interest.
Thank you. All right. One of the questions that guys always ask: what about age gap? What the age of a man is interested in? And also a question for you, Gustavo: what's a common age gap for for the guys coming to Costa Rica and dating?
Bien, esta pregunta es para ti, con relación al tipo de hombre, la edad que estás buscando, de hombre que realmente te llamen la atención.
Ok, en cuanto a edad, estoy muy segura de que menores de 30 definitivamente no, por un tema de madurez, un tema de que la vida ya está hecha, de que por lo menos también al igual que yo, saben perfectamente que quieren y no está bien, y que no quieren. Así que es un tema de edad de que sí es como de mi edad para arriba, ya muy jovencito.
Okay, well, you know, one thing is that I am not interested in men less than my age. So I really like men who are older than me, say my same age and up. Yeah, that's her question, her answer.
Yeah.
Now, okay, in regards to the age gap, you know, I would say something between 20 and 25. However, there are some women who are just looking for somebody closer to their age, but there are some others like they don't really care that much. I would say up to 25. So that's what it is.
Another question for you, Gustavo: are a lot of ladies in Costa Rica are open to relocate to United States, or majority would prefer to stay in Costa Rica?
Depends on the situation. Mostly they like their country. That is a fact. They would just prefer to continue living here. But if for some reason the guy is not willing to live here, they are willing to be relocated. We have had several situations like that, and yeah, it shouldn't be any issue. It is it is negotiable, Okay, well, I go and live in your country, and I would like to come back maybe once a year to my country in order to spend some time with my family. Hey, I don't have any problem. We can do it together. Perfect. Okay, so now let's go to the US. Not a problem.
All right. Thank you, Gustavo. Next question is from May. Brian is asking, do you want to have more children? If so, how many? And if you have any children.
Te pregunta May si quieres tener más hijos. Y de ser así, ¿cuántos quisieras tener? Y si tienes ahora, ¿cuántos tienes?
Ok, tengo dos hijos. Ya el mayor tiene 18 años y la menor tiene 11 años. Yo no puedo tener más hijos, ya si fuera de querer sería un tema tal vez de adoptar, pero creo que ya estoy en una edad donde quiero ya disfrutar más mi vida con mi pareja que empezar nuevamente a criar bebés ya que mis hijos están grandes.
Well, actually, I have two kids. One boy who is 18 and a girl who is 11. I cannot have any more kids. I can adopt if that is the case, although I would just prefer to enjoy the rest of my life with my partner. Thinking about raising kids at this stage of my life, no, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Well, what if the guy already has his own kids too? So we should be open marrying a man who has children already as well?
Y en este caso, si conocieras a alguien que tiene hijos, ¿estarías dispuesta pues a casarte con esa persona a pesar de que ya tenga hijos?
Claro, no le puedo exigir a una persona que no tenga hijos cuando claramente a mí me gustaría que tenga niños. Entonces, por supuesto que sí. Más bien me parece que sería algo en cierto modo bueno porque esa persona también me puede entender a mí como mamá.
Yeah, about that, there should not be any issue. I mean, of course, I will take them as my kids, and it's a good thing because this person will understand my situation or position as being a mother, because I have mine,
Perfect. Thank you. Another question is, how does May imagine her ideal date? What's a good date for her?
Otra pregunta para ti, May. ¿Cómo sería para ti la cita ideal?
Bueno, tengo varios escenarios. Mi cita ideal claramente es salir a conocer lugares, ya sea dentro o fuera del país, ya que me encanta hacer como mochilero, viajar y conocer. Pero también me gusta mucho el deporte extremo, bailar, etc. Entonces yo creo que la cita ideal sería aquello que me haga conectar con esa persona, con lo que le gusta, y eso me haría como comprender un poco más su entorno.
Well, it will be pretty much like visiting new places inside Costa Rica or outside. Not in San Jose, because no way. I also like extreme sports, dancing. So somebody who likes doing that kind of thing, it will be like a point where we get connected. So things that I like, that I enjoy, and also my partner as well.
Great. I keep getting messages how beautiful May is. Just guys keep commenting it. So everybody is admiring your beauty, May.
Estoy recibiendo mensajes de manera constante con relación a tu belleza, May. Están pues realmente deleitados contigo.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, imagine your future husband is watching us right now. Anything you would like to say to him right now?
Supongamos que tu futuro esposo te está viendo en estos momentos. ¿Habría algo que tú quisieras decirle?
Sí, claro que sí. Me encantaría decirle que por fin nos conocemos, que por fin nos conocemos y que me encantaría tener una buena vida, ya que como repito, me parece una buena edad para disfrutar lo que queda, ¿verdad? En la vida de esa persona y en la mía propia, y que sería pues un verdadero placer podernos para.
Okay, well, I would say that it's a pleasure to get to know you, and we will need to work on this a little bit more in order to have a good life together.
All right, great. One more question from me. Joe is asking, what's the situation between her and the father of her children?
Están preguntando que cuál es la situación que mantienes actualmente con relación al papá de tus hijos.
Ok, el papá del mayor, mi hijo ya aquí en Costa Rica tiene 18 años, quiere decir que ya es mayor de edad. Eso quiere decir que yo no tengo por qué tener ningún tipo de relación con el papá del mayor, sino que el papá y él se comunican si quieren y si no quieren, en fin, ya eso es cuestión de ellos. Y la menor, básicamente, no tiene papá, su mamá es papá.
Okay, well, in regard to my 18-year-old son who is grown up already, since he is an adult already, I have no relationship, no communication with his father whatsoever. In regards to my daughter, there's not any dad for her, so it is just me being her mother and also her dad at the same time.
All right, thank you so much. Well, we're getting close to end of our timing, so thank you, May, for taking time to come on the webcast tonight. Thank you, Gustavo. Is anything any of you would like to say before we wrap it up?
Bueno, en este caso, pues, May, ya prácticamente estamos en la parte final de este, digamos, documental en vivo. Antes de que finalicemos como tal, ¿hay algo que tú quisieras decir, comentar?
Bueno, me gustaría invitarlos a que vengan al evento, creo que es el 5 y 6, ¿verdad? De julio.
4 y 5.
4 y 5. Ok, invitarlos a que vengan al evento el próximo 4 y 5 de julio. La verdad estoy segura que la van a pasar muy bien. Si nunca ha venido a Costa Rica, pues le va a encantar no solo la calidez de las personas, sino los lugares maravillosos que pueden conocer. Y por qué no, ¿quién quita un sitio que conozcan al amor de su vida y se queden enamorados de las chicas? Como dice la canción, es los extranjeros se enamoran de las chicas. ¿Sabes? A lo mejor quién sabe, pero ellos no lo sabremos si no vienen a la reunión.
Okay, well, before I leave, I just would like to invite all of you to come to the social event in July, which is going to be July 4th and July 5th. You are not going to regret for coming here. You're going to have a good time. You are going to love the warmth of Costa Rican women, you know. There are many beautiful places that you can visit in Costa Rica. And then on top of that, why not, you can find the love of your life. So when you meet a Tica, you might probably fell in love with her instantly. So give it a try and come to Costa Rica.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, don't forget to send a message to May. I remind her ID number is 204734. 204734. Best of luck with you too, May. Hopefully you'll find love of your life on the website soon. And thank you, Gustavo. Good luck to you. Hopefully you have a good group of guys coming to you in a couple of weeks. And I'm sure you're gonna help them find their soulmates.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Anna. Well, before I take off, I just would like to thank all of the guys who are watching this live webcast. And there's not any reason for you to continue being alone. So just give it a try. Take an airplane and come to Costa Rica, and you can have the opportunity to meet very nice and sincere women like May, for example. For instance, May will be at the social event, but she doesn't know if she's going to be Friday or Saturday, but she will be there. So, hey, why not? Give it a try. So, until next time, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Gustavo. Talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, May. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Gracias, May.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next Monday. Thank you. Good night.